Note down these questions. What is an olfactory indicator? Note down what is an olfactory indicator and give examples. What is an olfactory indicator? Give one example. The answer is, you know that olfactory means smell. Understood it? The change of smell. Read the book, you will get the answer in that. The next one. This term you note down. Basicity of an acid. Basicity, B-A-S. Basicity of an acid. Basicity of an acid and acidity of a base. Just opposite each other. Basicity of an acid and acidity of a base. Now, what is basicity? Now, understand it this way. We have this is known as HCl, which contains one hydrogen. We call it as monobasic acid. Write down the number of hydrogen atoms present in an acid. The number of hydrogen atoms present in an acid is known as its basicity. Number of hydrogen atoms present in an acid is known as its basicity. Now, why it is so? Understand it? HCl is to be neutralized. We have one NaOH. So, one HCl to be neutralized, we should have one NaOH. So, how much is basicity? The definition is the number of sodium hydroxide required to neutralize one molecule of an acid. That's it. The number of hydroxide atom, that is hydroxide means sodium hydroxide. So, what is basicity? Sodium hydroxide is a base. So, how many sodium hydroxide are needed to neutralize one molecule of HCl? So, one molecule of HCl is to be neutralized. We should have one NaOH. Therefore, the basicity of HCl is 1. This is clearly. So, basicity is of an acid and acidity of a base, just opposite each other. So, we define it this way. The number of bases given, number of hydroxide to neutralize one atom of acid, one molecule of acid. Now, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, to be neutralized, we need 2 NaOH. So, how many OH is given? 2 NaOH. Therefore, the basicity of H2SO4 is 2. We say H2SO4 is a dibasic acid. Understood it? So, monobasic acid means one hydrogen atom, dibasic means 2 hydrogen atom, tribasic, you are studying the law of phosphoric acid is contains 3 hydrogen atoms. Definition one, what is the definition? It is the number of NaOH molecules needed to neutralize one molecule of acid. Now, phosphoric acid to be neutralized, it has 3 hydrogen atoms. To neutralize these 3 hydrogen atoms, we need 3 OH. 3 OH means 3 NaOH is bigger. Therefore, this is what is basicity. Here, the number of hydrogen atoms present in an acid is known as basicity. So, what is the definition? It is the number of sodium hydroxide molecules needed to neutralize one molecule of the acid. Understood it clearly? There is a question now. Or let's think about this one. This is known as vinegar CH3COH. This is vinegar or acetic acid, organic acid. This contains this 3 hydrogen and this is hydrogen. So these 3 hydrogen cannot be replaced, and this is a hydrogen which can be replaced, and this is hydrogen which gets reacted. Therefore, acetic acid or vinegar, its basicity is 1. Understood clearly? All organic acid H, the replacement. We are studying about acid. Acids are those compounds which have replaceable hydrogen atoms. In inorganic acid, we write hydrogen in the beginning. Whereas an organic acid, it is written last. So this CH3COH, this H is a replaceable hydrogen, and this needed to neutralize one OH is needed, therefore its basicity is 1. Clear? Similarly, acidity of a base. NaOH to be neutralized, this is the base. This base is to be neutralized, we need 1 HCl. So NaOH, its acidity is 1. That's what the definition. Number of HCl molecule needed to neutralize a base. NaOH has got 1 OH. To neutralize that 1 OH, we need to have 1 HCl. Therefore, its acidity is 1. So basicity of an acid and acidity of a base. Clear the concept? Calcium hydroxide, CaOH won't place. It has got 2 OH. To neutralize this, we need 2 HCl. Therefore, the acidity of calcium hydroxide is 2. Understood clearly? So number of OH present in a base is basis acidity, and number of H present in an acid is its basis. Understood it? So HCl is monobasic acid, S2SO4 is dibasic acid, S3PO4 is tribasic acid. Understood? This is what is the ratio basicity and acidity. So the question is, what is the basicity of this acid? Understood clearly? Now, if written, there is an organic compound COOH, single bond COOH. This is oxalic acid. This contains 2 hydrogen atoms. Therefore, its basicity is 2. So we must understand what are the hydrogen atoms which are replaceable. How many hydrogen ions are provided by that acid, and that becomes a basicity. And how many hydroxide ions are provided, and that becomes. So this clear. So therefore, that goes to that. The next one is, what is the acidity of aluminum hydroxide? What is aluminum hydroxide? Aluminum OH thrice. Aluminum's valence is 3, OH valence is 1. So it has got 3 OH, therefore its acidity is 3. So don't get confused. Basicity of an acid and acidity of a base, just opposite. Definition is number of hydroxide group needed to neutralize 1 molecule of acid, or number of hydrogen ions needed to neutralize 1 molecule of the base is its acid. When acid is hydrogen comes from acid, when acid is needed to neutralize a base, so base has got acidity. And acid is to be neutralized by the base, so therefore the acid has got basicity. Clear? Okay, the next one. This is the pH of a solution is 6. What is the hydrogen ion concentration? This here it is been deleted, so you will not be getting. Anyway, I'll tell you. If the pH of the solution is given as 6, also because these questions will be asked for your MPSC. So one must know about that, not for regarding your board examination. What we are studying regarding the pH, this is little excess, which is not the part of the syllabus. So can you just note down, and this will be asked. The pH is defined as minus log of hydrogen ion concentration. That is what we are studying. So how much is the 10 to the power? Logarithm means instantly say that the hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power of minus 6. Therefore, the pH will be equal to minus of minus 6, then it becomes 6. So the question is, if the pH is 6, then the hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power of minus 6. If the pH is 4, the hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power of minus 4. So now let's say the pH is 4, therefore hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power of minus 4. And if the pH is 6, then hydrogen ion concentration will be 10 to the power of minus 6. And you know that 10 to the power of minus 4 is much larger than that of 10 to the power of minus 6. Therefore, which is more acidic? The one which has got less pH is more acidic, and one which has got more pH is less acidic. Have you understood it? What is the meaning of pH? Hydrogen ion concentration. When the pH is 6, hydrogen is 10 to the power of minus 6. And when the pH is 4, hydrogen is 10 to the power of minus 4. You know that 10 to the power of minus 4 is more than that 10 to the power of minus 6. So more hydrogen ion concentration in this is more. Less hydrogen ion concentration in this is less. You have the concept of pH. So when we talk about strong acids will be having its pH going less. There is a question which is likely to be asked in the practicals one. pH of 4 solutions are given 1, 5, 6, 8. Which is most acidic? Most acidic one will be the one which has what? Least pH. +1 is the most acidic, and which is basic, which is more than 7. So that is what is regarding the pH. I showed you last time. This is the pH paper. You can see this. The different colors can be seen. Now, when the pH is acid less than 7, it is in the red band. You know, darker red to lighter red, it goes on. So when the color of the pH is, when the color is somewhat like this is 2, this is 2, you can see the color red. Can you see it? Just thumbs up if you can see it. And it dark red, light, it goes on. This is how we test it with the pH. And when it goes down, you can see grayish or bluish. Grayish or bluish means it is becoming more than 7. More than 7 means basic, less than 7 is acidic, and somewhat like in the middle you can see this is like grayish or whatever is the color, and that is what is when the pH is 7. Each pH, this is known as pH paper, universal indicator paper. Each pH paper is provided with the chart. Each pH paper is provided with this chart. So this chart is given. And if you see one pH paper chart, another company's pH paper chart, the chart will be different. But you have to test it. If the pH is to be tested with this pH paper, then this chart is to be used. Understood it? So you can see the color. When it is acid, red, basic, grayish or bluish. Understood? And when it is much basic, then it is going to be much darker bluish in color. That is how it is affected. So pH paper can be used to test acidic solutions, alkaline solution, or that of neutral one. Understood it? The next one, note down. Name the calcium compound. This is what I think I discussed yesterday. Name the calcium compound used to join the fractured bones. Now, this is clear. The bandages, the fractured bones, the bone is set into position by using plaster of Paris. What is a white compound which is used for that? It is plaster of Paris, POP. What is its chemical name? Chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. What is the formula? So very important. CaSO4 or half H2O. Half means semi or heavy. So you can say both. Calcium sulfate semi-hydrate. Hydrate means the presence of water. So this is the white compound used for joining the fractured bonds. So calcium sulfate semi. So the question is a calcium compound which is used in bandages to join the fractured bones. Identify. It is plaster of Paris. Give its chemical name. You say calcium sulfate, no mark will be given. The name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate or semi-hydrate. Understood it? Plaster of Paris, chemical name, don't say calcium sulfate, it is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. What is clear? And molecular formula is CaSO4 half. This is a question. Yesterday we have studied about baking soda and baking powder. So what is the function of tartaric acid in baking powder? It was told yesterday. The function of tartaric acid in baking powder. Baking powder contains sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is a chemical name. This is baking soda, sodium hydrogen carbonate. And on heating, baking means when it is heated, it is decomposed and we get sodium carbonate plus H2O plus carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide gas makes the cake cake. Have you understood? But when the cake is baked, it contains washing soda. And washing soda taste is bitter. Therefore, tartaric acid is added to neutralize the taste of baking soda produced. Understood it? So why should tartaric acid be added? To neutralize the taste of baking soda, that is, if you have no tartaric acid, you have got only baking soda. Understood it? You can squeeze lime onto that. Understood it? What is lime? That lime, citric acid is added, so that will do the function. If you have got baking soda only, and you want to make something using the baking powder, what you should do is take little bit of baking soda, mix it with that, and allow that squeeze little bit of lime and put it. So that will do the work. Any edible acid, weak edible acid must be added to neutralize the taste of washing soda. Understood it? The function of tartaric acid. This is also important. The next one, note down. What happens when, note down, what happens when bleaching powder reacts with diluted sulfuric acid? What happens when bleaching powder reacts with diluted sulfuric acid? Now, what happens? To assure you, if your fabric needs to be bleached, the fabric needs to be bleached. So, what we are taking? We are taking calcium oxychloride bleaching powder and made to react with very diluted viscose acid. Then we get calcium sulfate plus H2O plus chlorine gas is released. And this chlorine does all the properties. Bleaching means, I told you that day, the chlorine will combine with H2O, we get HCl and hypochlorous acid, HOCl. HOCl is decomposed, we get HCl and nascent oxygen. And nascent oxygen, due to oxidation, color is removed. Simplest example, if you have a dark colored fabric, place it in the sunlight for a few days, then what happens? Color fades. Isn't it so? Why does the color fades? Atmospheric oxygen. Atmosphere, we have one oxygen molecule. So by some process, the oxygen molecule, few of the oxygen molecule may get converted into oxygen atoms, and that does the bleaching. And instead of that, you put it in bleaching powder, the reaction takes place continuously. This is the reaction. The next one, right now. What is chloralkali process? Name the three major products and give one use of each. This is what we are studying now. Next one more topic here around. What are acids and bases and how would you test them? What are acids and bases and how would you test? Now coming back to this test of acids, it must be tested again. It depends on the distribution mass. If the question carry more marks, you need to write all the tests. What are litmus paper, methyl orange, phenolphthalein, and pH paper. 4. Understood it clearly? Indicators. Litmus papers, in acid it remains, acid changes blue to red, alkali changes red to blue. Methyl orange, this all we have studied it. That is how it is tested it. Now, how do these, remember I told you amphoteric oxides, isn't it? oxides of certain metals which react with acid as well as base to produce. That is known as amphoteric oxides. So all the NCERT book questions you must read it, and anything you ask me on Saturday, I'm stopping it.